So when it comes to relationships, why is it so critically important to travel?
I think, it's such a way to bond, and I think any relationship, like a couple or even a family with children, it doesn't matter. I think, if you're sharing something that is so far out of your everyday and your comfort zone, you cannot put a price on those kind of memories that you come back with. You have those stories, you have that sort of glue that binds you together. And I notice it's interesting because we do all sorts of honeymoons. And there are some couples, we try to push everybody, but we're respectful of what they want to do. Some couples genuinely just want to go to, an island destination and sit on the beach for 7 days. That is absolutely fine. But they come back and they say, yes, it was lovely. It was what we wanted. And the conversation ends there. What I notice is when people come back and they've gone to Belize and they've trekked the rainforest and they've seen the ruins, or they've gone to, for instance, we had a couple go to South Africa and they volunteered at a children's home as part of what they wanted to do. In their honeymoon, they went sandboarding. They went kiteboarding. They took a helicopter tour over Cape Town. They came back and we had an hour-long conversation, and they were so excited to talk to me together. And what a great way to kind of start your marriage and start your life. So I see, when you're kind of doing things that are very different, you have those stories forever. Versus, okay, I went to the beach, great, but you'll go to the beach probably 100 more times, down the road, but you want to have something different to discuss.
Yeah, so it's a definite adventure and a great experience. I mean, I'm just thinking of some of the things you've already described, and that I could see how there could be that bonding moment between a couple, just because it's something different their experience they haven't experienced before. And I think it'll be memorable down the road because, hey, remember when we, did this, or, hiked here, or I fell?
Exactly, because things happen, and sometimes those things, little bit disastrous moments that are nervous for 5 minutes, wind up becoming great stories, for the future, and also stories to tell your children later on, so that happens
Sure.
too.
So I think I'm going to be safe to say this, and so we need to plan a trip where we both parachute together in Costa Rica.
Oh, I see where he's going.
That'll be story for a lifetime.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on.
He just put you on the spot now.
I know. He's been doing that for a couple months.
All right, so here's another question. How about couples, because, we talk to a lot of folks all over the place, whether they're have just gotten married, still dating, just gotten married with kids, or, couples that are a little bit more mature in their relationship like us. But, one thing that's everyone's, what we protect the most is their time. So how do you help work with folks to find time to plug in a trip, whether it's a 48-hour or something like we're talking about coming up with a 3-week or longer? How do you help them to do that, and why is it so important to make sure we plan correctly?
I think, everybody's different. And the important thing to remember is that, especially with people that, because my biggest challenge is when people come to me and say, I want to do this, but I don't have time. There's really no such thing, and that's one of the reasons why I developed the Power Jaunts, because I wanted to show people that this is totally possible. And of course, I'm not just, saying it, I live it. I have many examples of how I've been able to do it. So we try to be, always respectful of people's time, but also what we try to do is mix things together that they may not have thought of. Some people just only have a week and they say, oh, if I want to go somewhere in Italy and do it right, but I want to see other things. And they don't realize that it is possible to see 3 or 4 countries in a week if they want to move quickly. You know what I mean? We can do anything somebody wants. We bring ideas to the table. But I think, if you really, the most important thing is to make the decision to go. The time is almost irrespective, for us, because you give me a time frame and I will make it work for you. So, we listen, we hear people, we never push them to do something that they're totally uncomfortable with. But our goal is to really make them realize that anything is possible within the time that you have. The most important thing for us is that you actually do go.
Yeah.
And you can get going.